JLR sales numbers are coming in, and I think there's a China retail sales numbers, which is showing about a 4.3% growth at 38,519 odd units or so. I think we got the wholesale numbers earlier for last month, for the month of August, and that actually showed better growth as compared to the last couple of months. I mean, this financial year, April, May, June, etc., numbers, actual sales numbers have been pretty poor as compared to, the previous year or the same months, etc. In August, there was some pickup. The stock is turning up as we speak. 378 or so is where we stand. But more on stocks and markets in a bit. Let's shift attention to what's happening in the commodity and currency space. Manisha Gupta is here. Let's go across to her. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, and thank you so much for that, Prashant. Well, there are various commodities which are hitting their new multi-year highs. Gold, to start with, is trading at a new 12-month highs at this point in time. Not only that we have broken above $1,350 per ounce, but we seem to be making further inroads gains onto that one. We did see a high of $1,358 at one point in time as well, and there have been various factors, fundamentals, which really have been supportive for this. To start off with, the dollar index is at now a new 32-month lows. It's hitting a fresh lows versus the euro as well. And apart from that, it is the weather concerns as well. After Hurricane Harvey, it is now Hurricane Irma hurtling towards Florida, and the expectation is that the damage that this hurricane, which is the strongest in last 10 years, could be more than $100 billion for US there. So that clearly is pulling the dollar down, and we have seen a safe haven currency buying come in because of that. The geopolitical concerns as well have been supportive. Markets are anticipating that North Korea is gearing up for its Foundation Day on 9th of September, and this is the day you could see yet another ballistic missile test from them. That is also adding up. And of course, the data that we have seen in the recent few days has nothing but been of disappointment, especially coming in from US, whether it's the jobs data or the inflation numbers, all of that less than what the street was expecting. In the metal space, the other metal that is doing extremely well really has been the copper prices. We are trading at a new 3-year highs on that. The prices have been gaining for 9 straight weeks now, up 19% now. And while it is the strong China trade data, strong China demand, if you look at the LME inventories, those have declined by 40% in last 3 months, and that in turn also has been supportive. Prathamesh Malia now joins us with his strategies on all of that. Prathamesh, hi. Let's start with copper first. And while we had fresh new gains here, at these levels where we already are up 19% in last 2 months, are you still buying?
In a best scenario, I would possibly avoid all the base metals because there's a lot of positive run-up that's already being seen in these counters. Although we are advising a buy side in this particular counter, 454 is something which we're really targeting at. But if you're really asking for the entire base metal trade, we would avoid any trade in this particular counter.
Prathamesh, how are you looking at the gold and silver prices? Because gold, while is trading at a 1-year high, silver prices also have taken off $18 per ounce on the higher side. Between the two of these, where are you looking at a better buying opportunity?
Between both these metals, I think silver would possibly fare better when compared to gold. 42,300 is what we are looking at immediately in this particular counter. However, in comparison to gold, 1,250, it has broken that mark again. The next possible momentum is 1,280, which is a possible momentum of around $30. In rupee terms, it turns out to be almost around 400-500 rupees from current levels. So in that sense, 31,000 looks very much likely in this particular counter.
Prathamesh, slightly for a longer term as well, while the gold prices, of course, have seen a run-up of $100 in last 1 month itself, at these current levels, for a slightly longer term until year end, do you think it still is a good idea to buy, stay invested, etc.?
I think if you're talking about risk and return ratio, I don't think it is a good level to enter. It has had quite a good better run up. 31,000 is a very high level to enter in. If possible, you can get levels at 30,000, 29,500 is something where one could possibly place their bets on.
Manisha, thanks very much. Prathamesh, appreciate you joining us and getting us those strategies. We will touch base again a little later. Okay, so back to the markets, not the secondary market. The primary market is also abuzz with activity. Issues are underway. New ones are being new ones are about to open next week, and more are being planned. The draft red herring prospectus for Hindustan Aeronautics, that is HAL, is being finalized and will be filed sometime during this month. That's the word coming in from T. Suvarnaraju, CMD of HAL. Speaking to CNBC TV18's Rituparna Bhuyan, he also adds that the company is looking to invest 17,000 crore rupees capex over the next 10 years. Listen in.
Right now, the consultants are at corporate office finalizing their draft RHSP, and we should be filing that by September. So that's the status on this investment.
So the valuation and all parameters are being decided by the is being evaluated by the consultant at the moment.
Consultant and at special committees which have been put on this thing, and we are well prepared, and then we should hit it sooner.
Can you give us an idea about the kind of orders that you have for your aircrafts and helicopters at the moment, both domestically and for exports?
The next what to be made is the LCA Tejas, what you're seeing. We have an order of 20 plus 20 plus 83, the AON which is accepted, needs to be converted into a contract for HAL to make these aeroplanes.
You're talking about the HTT-40, which is an indigenously developed, in-house developed
basic trainer aircraft, which we've expecting about 106 aeroplanes to be produced in the next 4 to 5 years. And for as a new platforms manufacturer, we hope to get a 5th generation fighter project assigned to HAL. And a future, we are looking at a Sukhoi upgrade, the largest fleet which we have in India. That's 200 plus aeroplanes. We just concluded about 73 helicopter supply contract the last 29th of this month. And we expect another 200 ALH to be realized soon. So in the next 10 years, you would see 1,000 helicopters rolling out of HAL hangars. So this is my future business. So the numbers can be put anywhere. I would be looking around 1,50,000 crore order book in the near future.
1,40,000, and this includes your helicopter business, your fixed wing,
helicopters, LCAs,
right,
upgrades,
right,
follow-on contract.
Right. Okay, so give us an idea of the kind of capex then that will need to be put to ensure that this 1 and 1.5 lakh revenue stream, to service this revenue stream, what kind of capex needs to be put?
17,000 crores.
17,000 crores over the next 1 decade or?
1 decade.
Would you agree to participate or partner with a foreign company?
Definitely, being the #1 aero company in India, and we have the required assets, we have the required skill sets. This lead we have is obviously puts in a position to participate with any aircraft manufacturer. Obviously, if someone wants to make an assessment of an industry in India to take a partnership, I think HAL would stand first.